Sooner or later, there comes a point in life when everything seems to be against us, as if the entire universe wants to see us fall. Friends become distant, family doesn't understand, and we start to lose faith in ourselves. It feels as if nothing is left. We feel hollow from the inside. And the worst part is, on the outside everything looks fine, but inside, a storm is raging. It feels like no one is listening, no one is seeing, no one understands. But this is where the real story begins. Yes, right from here, because history is a witness the strongest people rise from where they have endured the most pain, from where they have felt the most alone, the most broken. These are the moments when a person has two paths before them, either run away or change. Running away is easy. To leave everything behind, to disappear quietly, to get lost in the crowd, it's easy. But does that person ever find peace within? No. The one who runs away, lives but remains incomplete. The one who stays and fights, who falls and gets up again, and stands tall once more, that is the one who truly lives. That is the one who becomes an example. When everything starts to fall apart, you think that nothing is left. But breaking down means it's time to be rebuilt, like an old wall falling to make way for a new building. Similarly, when your hopes, your identity, your world collapses, it's an opportunity to give birth to a new you. Only when a person reaches their limits does their true strength emerge. When the stomach is empty, the hunger is real. When the pocket is empty, the thinking is real. And when the soul is tired, the fight is real. This is the moment when a person either perishes or is forged anew. What you're feeling right now, fear, exhaustion, defeat, is human. It means you are a human, not a machine. But don't keep this fear, this pain, hidden inside you. Face it, throw it on the ground, and learn to walk on it. Because this is the very thing that will set you apart from others. Everyone's life has a 0 point, that moment when everything seems over, when there is no direction left, no hope. But if, in those moments, you can do just one thing, stop and think, then you can be saved. Because a new direction is hidden right there. Right now, you might not see anything within yourself. You might feel that you have lost everything. But the truth is, you have everything that is necessary. You just need to believe in yourself again. You have faced difficulties before. Those days in childhood when you didn't even have a toy, yet you smiled. In school, when you didn't understand, you still learned. In college, when someone made fun of you, you still stood your ground. So why not now? You just need to be reminded of how strong you are. What you have lived is your strength. The tears you have shed are your experience. The silence you have endured is the root of your confidence. The world's greatest warriors are never made from swords. They are forged by loneliness, by setbacks, by rejection, and you can become one too. So the next time life asks you, what will you do now? Don't be silent. Don't be afraid. Don't run. Smile gently. Bring fire into your eyes. And say, now, I will change. Now, I will not back down. Now, I will fight for myself. Because when you decide to change, that's when life begins to change. Have you ever thought about what happens when the world becomes completely silent? When there's nothing but stillness all around, and you have no one with you? In that moment, a voice rises, the one that has been suppressed for years. Your own voice, which says, don't suppress me. Don't forget me. I exist. I always have. In the hustle and bustle of life, we start living in so much noise that we stop hearing our own voice. Every day, the opinions of others, the comparisons on social media, people's expectations, all of this consumes the peace within us. And then one day, when everything and everyone is gone, you hear the voice of your own heart. Perhaps it says you are not happy, or you have lost yourself, or what you are doing is not meant for you. And that very moment, which seems so quiet, is where a storm begins. A storm that shakes you to your core but doesn't break you, it awakens you. What is the world's greatest tragedy? It's not that people don't understand you, it's that you have stopped understanding yourself. Every day you think, speak, dress and make decisions based on what others like, and yet you are not happy with yourself. Why? Because you have locked your identity in the cage of, what will people say? And believe me, even if that cage is made of gold, it is still a cage. True freedom is when you become who you truly are, not what people expect you to be. When everyone goes quiet, when social media is shut off, when friends are busy with their work, when your family can't seem to understand you, that silence asks you a question. How connected are you to yourself? If the answer is silence, then know that the journey is not over yet. Because before conquering the world, It is essential to conquer yourself. And to conquer yourself means to face your fears, to understand them, and then to tear through them and move forward. There is a child inside you who once had a big dream, who thought that one day they would do something great. That child has been suppressed somewhere, perhaps tired, perhaps asleep, but that child is not dead. You just have to go into that silence and awaken them. Think for a moment, if you start listening to yourself from today, what will change? Everything. Because when you listen to the voice of your heart, the paths that open up are the ones connected to your soul. Then you don't need anyone's validation. No praise, no likes, no followers. Because you know what you are doing and why you are doing it. And this clarity, this connection, is what makes you unstoppable. The world's greatest strength is not the one that defeats others, but the one that understands itself, that befriends itself. And this friendship happens in silence. So the next time everything becomes quiet, don't be afraid. Sit down, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and listen to that inner voice. Because that is the voice that will take you where you are truly meant to go. Fear, a word that sends a shiver down your spine the moment you hear it. And this fear comes in many forms. Sometimes it's the fear of failure, sometimes of rejection, sometimes of what people will think, and sometimes it's the fear of falling in your own eyes. This fear slowly eats a person away, without a wound, without a sound, without an alarm. But the strangest thing is that fear is just an imagination, a feeling, a sensation. It's a story of what if, something that hasn't even happened yet, but still, it holds us back. Think about it when you first learned to ride a bicycle. Wasn't there a fear of falling? But did you stop trying? No, because in some corner of your heart you believed, if I practice every day, I will learn to ride it. That same principle applies to every part of life. Fear's real purpose isn't to stop you. Fear is simply asking you, are you worthy of this? And only when you answer yes, do you take another step forward. Everyone feels fear. Don't think that successful people are fearless. They tremble too. They get scared too. The only difference is that they learn to walk alongside their fear. They know that fear is a companion, one that comes with every new level, every new challenge. Whatever you are afraid of, that is the boundary of your growth. If you are afraid of speaking on stage, perhaps your strength is hidden right there. If you are afraid of starting a business, perhaps your success is waiting for you there. If you are afraid of telling someone the truth, perhaps your freedom is hidden in it. Your fear is the map to your next step. Many times, we step back just by thinking, what if I fail? But just think, if you don't even try, haven't you already lost? The reality is that one who tries never truly loses, because they either get success or a lesson. And a person who is not afraid of learning never stays broken after a fall. They rise every time, bringing something new with them. Fear gives us two options. 1. Either back down. 2. Or become bigger than it. And this choice is yours alone. It's crucial to understand fear. It is a warning that says, get ready. It is a wake-up call that says, this opportunity can make you grow. But we mistake that voice for a threat. And that is the biggest deception. Once, a lonely child started walking in the dark because he believed he would find the way there. Once, a woman left everything behind to raise her voice and shook the entire world. Once, a poor farmer's son fought his fear of books and became the leader of a nation. There was no difference in them. The only difference was in their response to fear. So today, when you stand before a fear, just ask yourself one question. If I overcome this fear, what will my life look like? And believe me, the picture you see, it will be so beautiful that you won't be able to stop yourself. Your fear is a door, and to open it, you don't need courage, just honesty. Face the truth. Recognize your weaknesses, and then make them your weapon. Because remember, the day you rise above fear is the day you learn to fly. Change, it sounds like a small word, but living it can take a whole lifetime. People often say, I want to change. Some say, I'll definitely start tomorrow. And some even make a long list every new year of what they'll change. But is it really that easy to change? Not at all. Changing isn't easy. And perhaps that's why most people can't. The first thing needed to change is to face the truth. We have to look at our weaknesses, identify the habits that are holding us back, understand the relationships that are pulling us down, and catch the thoughts that push us backward every day. The truth hurts a lot because it shatters our excuses. And we humans, by habit, love our excuses. I don't have time. My circumstances aren't right. What will people say? I could do it, but what's the point? All these sentences are the enemies of change. They are comfortable lies that keep us in our old version. But if you've decided once and for all that enough is enough, if you've said from the heart that you don't want to live like this anymore, then believe me, no force can stop you. Change begins with small decisions. Changing your wake-up time, not using your phone before sleep, reading one page of a book every day, taking one small step towards your goal every day. It's these small decisions that determine the direction of your life. People think change means turning your whole life upside down. But no, change comes slowly, a little bit every day. And then one day, you can't even recognize yourself. To change, you need courage. The courage to look at yourself in the mirror. And this is the hardest part. Because when you look within, you don't just see the good things. You also see your weaknesses, your anger, your laziness, your jealousy, your negativity. But if you aren't scared even by that, then consider that you have passed through the first door of change. After this comes consistency, which is the most underrated thing. Everyone starts joining a gym, starting a diet, taking a new course, but only a few stick with it. Why? Because they think the results should be immediate, and when they don't get them, they give up. But changing is a process, a long journey. And on this journey, you'll often feel like you're going backward. But the truth is, you are healing. It takes time to erase what years of bad habits have built up. Every day you fight a little, you fall a little, you steady yourself a little, and then you become a little stronger. This is the real transformation. And this transformation isn't visible from the outside. People will still see you as you were before. They will say, nothing will happen this time either. They will laugh, they will taunt, perhaps they will even leave you. But one day, when you become who you wanted to be, these same people will say, you are always different. We knew you could do it. But until then, you have to believe in yourself. When no one else believes, you have to remind yourself that, I can change. I can do this. The path of change is lonely. It is difficult. It is slow. But the day you reach your destination, you realize that it was worth every wound, all the exhaustion, every sacrifice. So if today you are broken inside, tired, confused, then just make one promise to yourself. I will not give up. I will change myself, a little bit every day. Whether anyone sees it or not, whether anyone believes it or not, I will change, because I love myself. Have you ever felt that the world is trying to make you a person you are not? From childhood, labels start getting stuck to us. He's such a quiet child. She's weak in her studies. He will never achieve anything significant. Why is she, a girl, so stubborn? This boy only dreams. He doesn't know reality. Slowly, these words sink into our minds. We start becoming what the world says we are, not who we feel we are from the inside. And this is where the battle for identity begins. A war that is fought every day inside, in silence, in the corners of our own minds. Many people live this life for their entire lives. They do jobs they don't like. They stay in relationships where there is no respect. And every morning they look in the mirror at a face they don't even recognize. Why? Because at some point, they silenced their inner voice. One day they told themselves, let it go. I'll just do what everyone else is doing. And then, slowly, the real person, the one who once had dreams, who wanted to become someone, got lost. But always remember one thing. If you do not build your own identity, the world will make you what suits it. The world doesn't care what pain you are going through. It just wants your results, and that too, according to its expectations. But will you live your life as just an expectation? Or will you become the person who forges their own identity? Who leaves behind not a success story, but a true inspiration? A real identity is not formed on the outside. It emerges from within. When you ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? Why am I here? The answers are not easy. But to avoid these questions means living your entire life using someone else's map. Think about it. How many times have you said no, simply because of what will people say? How many times have you tried to fit yourself into a frame that was never made for you? How many times have you done what seemed right, but wasn't your truth? This battle for identity is very silent. No one sees it, no one understands it, but its impact is the deepest. Because when a person is disconnected from themselves, they remain incomplete even after achieving everything. Success comes, money comes, relationships are formed, but an emptiness remains inside. And this very emptiness slowly burns your soul. That's why it is important that you stop, truly stop, and ask yourself, what do I want to become? Who am I, apart from this crowd? You might not get the answer today, but if you try to connect with yourself every day, One day, that picture will become clear. And when that picture becomes clear, you become the most dangerous person in the world. A person who no longer needs anyone's approval, who no longer waits for an identity, because they have already recognized themselves. Such a person makes their own decisions. They fall, but they learn. They may be alone, but they are strong. They may lose, but they do not stop. Because they know, I am what I have made myself, not what is seen through someone else's eyes. If you truly want to change, then first, throw off that false identity, the one that society, relatives, teachers, bosses, or the world has imposed on you. Once you have had a truthful meeting with yourself, you will not be afraid. Then you will not be scared of any destination, because you are creating the path yourself. And this is true freedom. This is true identity.